Quick disclaimer while waiting for people to get here. This is an unscheduled broadcast. I woke up in beast mode today and thought that I'd just shoot the moon, start off the day with a little stream. Just so you guys know, there's a 1-minute delay on the subscriber chat. Usually there's a 5-minute delay, but since it's unscheduled, I figure we'd allow some minor trollage. Sometimes it makes for good conversation anyways. Definitely sells the point. That being said, here's the disclaimer. I am not a medical professional. Nothing I say is intended as health advice. Any major changes you make to your diet or any other aspect of your lifestyle is something you check with a doctor with before enacting in your own life. Furthermore, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say is a recommendation for investment. I'm also a law-abiding citizen. Nothing I say is an admission of guilt, and all opinions are my own and are in no way a reflection of the opinions of YouTube or any other network you may be listening to or viewing this on in the future. That being said, don't forget to subscribe, turn on your little bell if you want to get notifications for these last minute broadcasts. My normal slot is Sunday at 10 o'clock. That's our regular spot, but I am going to possibly be making another stab at random daily streaming with no set time. So you should definitely have the notifications on if that's something of interest to you. We got our first chatter. Benito, good to see you. Saludos. What's happening in Chile? I'm just out here. Sam's on guard, and I'm living it up. I decided to just say fuck all today. And oh no, you. One second, let me turn my mod on. Okay. Noise modding. Good morning, Noi. So yeah, you guys, I'm doing all the things. I'm drinking coffee today. Should be a invigorating stream in that regard. Sam is also in a good mood today. What's up, dude? And yeah, I'm open to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Deja, welcome. What's happening with everybody today? What's on the menu? What kind of enlightening conversation do you guys want to have? I'm being a contradiction right now because I just posted a reel about addiction, but here I am partaking in an addictive substance, but it's okay. Sometimes, you just gotta act on your impulses, right? Everything in moderation, even moderation, as they say. Anything special today? Am I retired already? I was retired. Or should I say I am retired because I'm not really hireable anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like my eyebrow. I like saying eyebrow. I feel like it's cool because I only have one. But yeah, my eyebrow is like a non-negotiable thing for me. So like no amount of money that anyone wants to pay me is worth me shaving my eyebrow or cutting my hair. So I've decided to forego the industry. The other thing too is like on top of not wanting to shave my eyebrow, I'm also not willing to like act out their stupid fucking cheating wife scenarios and whatever the fuck that they're doing in the industry. But I yeah, I got other stuff going on in the same vicinity, I just need a haircut to look young again. Well, the thing is that I don't need to look young. I don't want to look young. My body is the same as it was when I was like 20. You know what I'm saying? If I want to have facial hair and a big unibrow, I can do that. That's what I want. I like it. I don't gotta impress nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm a highly skilled professional. I'm a master of my art. The fuck do I need to look young for? I need to look, you know, however the fuck I want to look. Excuse my language. So, is there anything we want to talk about besides my facial hair? Or, what do you got going on today, Noi? That's a good question. What's Noi doing today? Benito, what are you doing today? What are these other 6 people that just showed up in here doing today? Yeah, I don't need to impress nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody wants to be impressed by me, they can, you know. I'm not allowed to say what they need to do, but trust me, I can still do impressive things, even with this facial hair. You're at Joshua Tree going exploring today. Wow, I just spent a month in Idyllic, which wasn't too far from there. But Joshua Tree looks cool. I've never actually been to Joshua Tree, to be honest. I've been wanting to go. I keep telling myself I'm going to do it. I think next time I go to Arizona, I'll probably stop in there, hit up the BLM. You know what I mean? That's Bureau of Land Management, by the way, for the wokies out there. But yeah, Joshua Tree sounds cool. Yeah. Barefoot today. Yes, Noi, I love that. I love that. I love that so much. That's such good. I said Bureau of Land Management. My viewer count dropped from 11 to 3. It's okay. We're filtering. But that's amazing. I'm so happy to hear you've taken the plunge into barefoot mode. It takes a little while. You know, it really depends on what kind of terrain you're on. It feels really nice if you're on some soft terrain, but if you're on rocky terrain, it takes about a year or 2. And then no regrets. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that would be cool. Some exploring in Joshua Trees going on. How's my connection, you guys? Is it not going well? I'm happy to be an inspiration, Noi. I'm happy to inspire. It truly is a magical thing. You get, especially if you can get in the sun at the same time. Get your, you know what I'm saying? Try to get a little sunlight beaming through the back of your head. And then close your eyes and just breathe in the sun. Just imagine you're breathing in the sun through the crown of your skull. Bring it down to your heart, right? Bring it back up into your frontal lobe. Powerful. Just get that circuit, the microcosmic orbit. Same time, you can draw in that earth energy through your feet. Get a little vortex going on in your heart. So good. You only got 2 bars and I'm good? Well, that's good. I don't know what's going on with I don't know. My viewer count seems like it's bouncing around all over the place. I feel like it's not that reliable, to be honest. What do all these little buttons over here do? Oh, it's... Never mind. What's going on? Retouch. Oh, it makes me look more dreamy. I see there's a dreamy button on the side. But yeah. So I guess, I don't know, this is, good morning, good morning. Hey, yo, chill. So let's see. Like I said, just got back from your night brisk walk. Oh yeah, it's nighttime over there, huh? Well, that's cool. Nighttime walks are nice too. You get some moon energy. A little moon energy goes a long way. Gotta love that moon. You know what I mean? So what you guys want to talk about? This was kind of a last minute thing, but I just felt like maybe I want to start doing some more streaming. I don't know. Thought it was good to be. Try to be a little more consistent. Seems like it's not going well though. The algorithm doesn't know what to do with me on a Tuesday. Parenting. Are you parenting right now, Sheila? Did you have some kiddos? I think I might go on a hike. Looks like it's gonna be a nice day. Am I still vegetarian mostly? You've been trying and you feel like it's too carb heavy of a diet? Yeah, I mean, for the most part, you know, I'm still accepting all offerings, but, you know, a big part of the key is like the fasting. You know what I'm saying? Like all the carbs and everything in the world don't really matter if you're fasting regularly. Like you'll just be like, you know, just train your body to be in a constant state of deficiency until it learns to make up for that by upregulating its efficiency. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know. I would say quinoa is probably like the backbone of my diet. And milk. Sorry guys, I had to turn on Do Not Disturb on my phone. I was getting a call and it crashed my YouTube. Sorry for that little interruption. Shubi says her body feels better though. Yeah, it's definitely like, it's got some good perks to it. You know, the thing is like, what you can realize with like, you know, like for example, like a lot of times like I'll just like my meal for the day will just be like a cantaloupe or like a watermelon or something like that, right? Pineapple. And it's like, it'll pass through your stomach really quickly, right? That's the thing is like, you know, certain foods, like they traverse different areas of the digestive tract faster or slower, right? When something leaves the stomach really fast, it leaves you hungry, but it doesn't leave you without energy, right? So as long as your stomach's empty, you're producing ghrelin, right? Because you're hungry, it's triggering you to be hungry, right? Ghrelin blocks somatostatin, right? Somatostatin blocks growth hormone. So, you know, by eating things that leave the stomach quickly, even though they sit in the lower part of the digestive tract longer to ferment and break down bacteria and whatnot, by having that stomach empty, you're producing that ghrelin. You want to be hungry all the time, right? Because if you're hungry and you're producing ghrelin, you're blocking the somatostatin, which blocks the human growth hormone, right? And so as long as your stomach is growling, you have increased growth hormone secretion, right? And that heals you. That keeps you young. You know, that does all the good things. So, you know, it's a chain reaction. You know what I mean? Where by embracing discomfort, you know, you heal your mind, becoming stronger. You heal your body by secreting growth hormone. And you heal your soul by not being a mindless consumer. Anyways, how often do I fast? I don't know. I'm like always fasting in like some type of way or another. I like try to just like, you know, I try to focus on like one macronutrient at a time. Occasionally I still do like, you know, a full fast a couple times a week or whatever, but I want to increase that. I really would like to get up to like, you know, I feel like it's time to like push it into God level, but I'm just not there yet. But I could be there instantly. It only takes one solid fast that just sticks. And you just make that your new regimen. You know, but it's like training. It's like working out. You know, your body doesn't adapt instantly. You know, you gotta teach it how to operate. But you gotta be careful, because once you teach it how to operate, if you go and stuff your face, you'll get fat. You know what I mean? Because it gets more efficient and all. You know what I'm saying? They call it starvation mode, right? But it's not starvation mode. It's called optimization, is what it's really called. So they call it starvation mode. They say, okay, you go into starvation mode and your body starts absorbing everything. So if you eat too many calories, you put on weight. But that's a good thing. That means your body's operating like it's supposed to operate. It means you came out. Starvation mode really just means that you came out of glutton mode, where your body's just like, I'm going to eat and eat and eat, and fucking 50% of this is just going to be shit, because it's more than what you need. But if you always have less than what your body thinks it needs, it upregulates, you know. And if it upregulates like that, you know, you get into this cycle of where you're breaking down all your cells, right? But then you're also increasing assimilation, right? You become more anabolic, right? So when you're breaking down those cells and you're becoming more anabolic, this increases cellular turnover, right? So instead of taking 7 years to replace all your cells in your body, maybe you can get it down to 3 years or 4 years or even less. Who fucking knows? I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor, but what we do know is that the faster that the cells turn over, the faster you get an all new you, right? You know, this is why people get old, because they're just they got the same old cells. They're trying to fucking make them go too far. Like, why not just trade out this body for a new body, right? Well, who needs to die for that? We don't want to have to die to get a new body. All we have to do is just go hungry a little bit. Get that cellular turnover. Do I do hiking while fasting? Yeah, I mean, it depends. Kind of, yeah. I mean, it really takes me like a while. Like, I'm to the point where, like, if I don't eat for a day, it doesn't really have any effect on me at all. I mean, maybe I'll be a little, you know. Probably not. Though I have been accused of being grumpy sometimes, but I don't feel like I'm grumpy. 72 hours, yeah. 72 hours is long. If it's a dry fast, it's long. It's not really that long if you're drinking water. It's pretty easy to like sip water through the day and go 72 hours. But if you go 72 hours dry, you're getting into the, you know, you're breaking into the upper echelon of fasting. I feel like if you can do a 72 hour fast, like consistently, like 72 hours, then you eat, 72 hours, then you eat, 72 hours, then you eat, that's a recipe for like immortality for sure. Just saying. But I'm not there yet either. I'm not there yet. I want to be there. It's an aspiration. Don't do it, dude. Sorry, Sam's looking at these people like, no, don't do it. So crazy. Why is this guy so crazy? He's like, I want to bargain with somebody. I'm gonna get him. Hey. What? You ain't scary, dude. I'm gonna kick your butt. You wanna fight? You wanna fight? I'll fight you. Thank you, Noi, for the donation. I appreciate you. Feels good to be appreciated. So thank you. You make me feel very appreciated. Well, you guys, I don't know how long I'm going to stretch this. I mean, it's good to chat with you guys. You know, I was hoping somebody would ask some type of question that would inspire my meditation today. But it's okay. I'll find inspiration in nature. It'll be alright. I feel like today is a weird day. I feel like I switched into a new timeline today, to be honest. Sam, stop fucking flexing on the door, dude. Ain't nobody doing nothing. Crazy guy. You got bugs, dude. Yeah, Sheila says Sam has a cute personality, which he would agree. He thinks he's cute. I don't think he's cute. I think he's fucking crazy. Yeah, you're crazy, boy. Oh, thank you all for the love. Thank you, Deja. What training do I usually do for Sam? Fuck, not enough. To be honest, I need to get him. I need to get him trained up to the point that I could take him through an airport, so I don't have to put him in the cargo. But sadly, he just does whatever he wants, which involves barking at people. But yeah. I don't know. He's pretty well trained, honestly, if I got like a pocket full of treats. But he's also picky about the treats, so I gotta make it. It's gotta be like meat or something. He'll do anything for some cracklings. Yeah, you know, we are bonded. The cool thing about Sam is like, he don't really like to listen that much. But he also don't really do nothing that bad. He's kind of just like a good dog. He does bark at people if like he's on the leash or something. But you know, for the most part, like if he's just running around doing his own thing, he don't really do nothing wrong. He don't go far. He don't run away. Like I could like lock him outside the house, and he'll never wander. He'll just sit on the doorstep and be like, what the fuck? I'll come back in. But yeah, I don't know. I think me and Sam are going to Mexico. Oh. Damn it, you guys. I got up at like 5:30 in the morning today or something. I'm gonna go hit some nature. Come on, you guys. We need one existential question. Give me something to go on here. I might have to just make some shit up. Let me think. Hey. No. 4:35 a.m. That's the way to do it. I got to get back into my sun gazing routine. I feel like sun gazing is like dramatically unappreciated. Sun gazing is kind of like, it's one of the probably the strongest practices that a person can do for like immediate, basically instantaneous results. You know, you get up and you watch the sun just crack over the horizon, just like staring. By the time you can do it for 10 seconds, you're just like, shit will get you roiling for the day. Yeah, I don't know. I'm in a weird mood today. I don't know if I mentioned this. I feel like I shifted timelines. Someone was banging on my wall this morning. And it woke me up, and I just realized I was like fully awake. And I was like, okay, I just entered a totally different timeline. I was on like a weird timeline yesterday. I felt like I was headed towards a disaster. And now I feel like I'm like back on track. And I'm gonna go hit some nature up. How do I think people can grow their character while struggling with trauma? I mean, there's a lot of ways. Like the easy, like, you know, most people want an easy way for something like that. Like a lot of the ways take a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? A lot of mental strength and whatnot. But if you don't have mental strength because of the struggling with the trauma, you know what I'm saying? Then you can substitute that with physical strength, right? So what you do is all the things I just talked about. You take your shoes off, right? Fucking ditch the shoes, right? You get your head in the sun, right? You know, you start consciously breathing instead of just like, you know, shallow chest breathing all day. You're just trying to make every breath count, no matter what you're doing throughout your whole day. I'm not talking about meditation or nothing. I'm just talking about like all day long, just you're breathing from the stomach, right? You're touching the ground, spending as much time as possible in the sun. And if you could wake up in the morning and stare directly into the sun as it cracks over the horizon, right? I feel like just this combination of things is a recipe for completely, and if you can fast on top of that, that's it. You can override it all. You don't even need to like overthink it. You can just override your mind. Just be like, okay, these are the things I'm gonna do physically. Like I'm just gonna make these physical changes, and those physical changes are gonna go inside you and just fucking modify everything. Your whole DNA rewritten until one day you just wake up and you're like, the fuck is trauma? What am I fucking doing? Tripping on memories? My memory's not even that good. I forget shit all the time. How come I remember just this one thing so good that's supposed to be is what's fucking me up? You're like, damn, I'm not fucked up at all. I probably don't even remember that properly. You know what I'm saying? You'll just realize it one day. Right? And then you'll take the next step further and you'll be like, damn, I was really worried about like what was gonna happen tomorrow. But like everything I thought was gonna happen tomorrow, like none of it happened. Damn, why was I tripping on that? And then you just all of a sudden you just like bam, locked into the moment. And suddenly life is good. Because you're right here. You're right now. And all you had to do was take your shoes off, stick your head in the sun, breathe a little deeper, and stare into that fiery ball that nourishes all things. Sheila says, development of your character happens as you heal your trauma. That's true. But I'm just talking about cheat codes. We could do all kinds of stuff. But if we want to just cheat, all we need is sun, earth, moon, air. Stop eating so much. It's the hack. Brave, good to see you. Brave says, that's helpful right there. My memory is not the truth. It's true, it's not. It's not. It's not even honestly, like, as much as we think that it's close, it's not that close. You can notice it a lot in other people. You just start talking about the past and see how much differently different people remember stuff. And the scope of perception is interesting. You know, of course, they experience everything differently than you did, but it's amazing how two people can experience the exact same thing and remember it totally different. You know what I mean? It's honestly, it comes down to your state of mind, right? Like if you have a positive state of mind, you're going to remember things in a positive way. If you got a negative state of mind, you're going to remember things in a negative way. It doesn't matter how great it was. You'll still remember it negative if you had a negative state of mind. Same thing. Things might not have been that great at all. They might have been fucked up. But if you had a good state of mind, you're going to remember it in a good way. You know what I'm saying? It's all about what you do. Remember the good things that happen or the bad things? Maybe none of them even happened at all. Like your mind's just filling the gaps. Who knows if it even existed? You know what I'm saying? You guys ever seen Westworld? You can learn so much from Westworld. I feel like Westworld is like a good analogy. Like do you think if you were a robot, you would know that you were a robot? You know what I'm saying? Like what if you were programmed to not know? You know what I mean? What if they just deactivate you and put in a new program and you wake up and you're like, these are all my memories and whatever. It's not that, even if you're not a robot, all that analogy, right? Metaphorically, that all still applies. Like the only thing that really exists is this moment, right? And this moment only continues if you're, providing some type of an answer for your creator, right? And the moment you stop being useful to your creator, what happens? You stop existing, right? So, just do your job. Be an observer. That's your job. You know what I'm saying? We all think that we got to do stuff. We don't have to do shit. We just have to observe. You know what I mean? Whatever we meddle in, whatever we mess with, just creates karma, right? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, right? So there's always just these chains of events. Every time we fuck with something, a bunch of unintended things happen from that thing. The most virtuous action is no action at all. As soon as you can just become the observer, then you can become a true manifester, right? When you stop meddling with things, just watch them unfold. And you'll be surprised when they start unfolding exactly as you want them to. Or in fact, I take that back. You'll be really surprised when you start realizing that they start unfolding even better than you wanted them to. And then you'll realize that everything that you ever wanted was you selling yourself short, right? It's the Midas touch. You become a manifester, and all of a sudden everything that you want comes true, and everything, it's like a fucking genie in a bottle, right? Careful what you wish for. It never fucking works out. There's always an unintended consequence. As soon as you stop fucking with shit, stop mixing your karma with shit, you're good. Just let it all happen. Because you got a higher self. Your higher self is just taking in such a bigger picture because your higher self has access to all your past lives in totality. Right? And if you become a vessel for that higher self, then you as well will have access to that, because you will disintegrate the line between you and your higher self. Then all of a sudden you'll start remembering past lives. You know what I'm saying? You'll once you delete that ego, you can become a vessel for the higher self, and then all of a sudden you're just, you know, like some kind of like, you know, like a demigod or something like that, right? But then you got an even bigger job, because then you're operating directly, you're working directly for the one above that. That's undescribable, right? So you gotta be careful, you gotta be ready for that responsibility. But you won't get the responsibility if you're not ready for it. So prepare yourself by deleting everything. Just trash it all. Empty the recycle bin. No takebacks. Wandering with loss as nature heals all. I agree. Nature is the key. Nature is the most powerful catalyst for change in a good way. Brave says, I looked everywhere but inward for love. Once I found love with an explosion. Exactly. So you find the love within, then you realize everything is love. Even the cruelest things that ever happened to you, you realize that they were designed with love as the undercurrent. You know what I'm saying? No receipts, exactly. We don't, no takebacks. Just let it flow. YouTuber Max says, long time, been in the chat. What's the newest status? I don't know. We're waiting to find out. I felt a timeline shift this morning. So now I've decided I gotta take my own advice. I've been meddling, you guys. I'm gonna be honest. I've been meddling. I've been fucking meddling. Oh, I just stepped on Sam's tail. Sorry, dude. I've been meddling. But now I'm repenting for my meddling. And I'm reverting back to observer mode. I've been meddling in what? Been meddling in other people's karma. But it's okay. It was all with good intention. I don't take it back. I'm happy I did. I learned a lot. And now I'm just going into observation mode. We'll see what happens. You know, the thing about living your last life is that you always get instant karma. There's no delay. There's very little delay on your karma. Like sometimes, some people got to wait a whole nother lifetime for their karma. You know what I'm saying? Better, for the better or worse. Don't get me wrong. You know, I feel like most of my karma is good. But, you know, they don't equal out. It's not like good karma and bad karma like subtract or add from each other, right? It's like you got two separate whole, like, they're parallel lines, you know, or parallel waves, your good karma and bad karma, right? They don't cancel each other out. So, like, you got to get all your good karma, but you also got to serve all your bad karma, right? Like, it's not like a one-for-one kind of a thing. You know, it's just two whole separate things. So, once you get to your last life, then it all has to resolve instantly, right? Or fairly instantly, you know, sometime within your lifetime. So, I'm riding the wave right now. Noise says, learn from the waters, continue flows, leave the past, be present, and go for the future. Exactly. Water is the best teacher. It shows us the way, for sure. Brave says, bro, my heart is hurting this morning. I just dropped off my last of 4 feral cats to get fixed last week. I turned over kittens. It hurts and I feel it a lot. That's tough. That's tough. You know, you had good intentions when you took them in to begin with, right? And it was unsustainable. And so you had to do what you had to do. And this is exactly what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't really know what would have happened with the cats if nobody took them in to begin with. We don't know what's going to happen to them now either. But the difference is that you attached yourself to it, right? And so, for better or worse, you know, your wave is part of it now. You know what I'm saying? And these feelings and stuff is, you know, a result of that karma. I'm not saying it's good karma or bad karma. It's probably, you know, it's just karma. There's no really, you know what I'm saying? It's just general. So the question is, what is the lesson there? You know what I mean? Okay. Okay, now time to meddle back. Well, no, you don't. Just meddling doesn't equal more meddling. Max says, what will you be meddling in after your last life expires? Well, that's a good question. It's a really good question. I'm actually happy that I don't know the answer to that. Because just based upon logical deduction and reasoning, which is probably an ego-based process, I have to say that this grand training ground of Earth, being as hard and brutal of a teacher as it is, it only stands to reason that it doesn't get easier after this, that we're training for something, right? And that something must be incredibly difficult if we have to come here and live billions and billions of lives to train from it. And every one of those lives is essentially a death sentence of varying degrees of brutality and suffering, right? So, while I don't really know the answer to that question, my logic and reasoning tells me that the next level is going to be intense. Let's just say that. Brave says, regarding the cats, it's triggering something stronger within I want to let go of. There you have it. That's really the where you always want to, that's where it always leads. There's always like a breaking point. When you get to that breaking point, I shouldn't call it a breaking point, the point of release, right? That's when you know you've done the work. It's when you know you got the lesson, when you can relate, when you can release it. You know what I'm saying? No problem, Brave. I feel bad for some people. Do you ever wonder, like, how much pain somebody must be in to go on the internet just to hate? I feel bad being on the internet even when I'm doing good things. I feel like it's kind of a waste of time. But I realize there are some real people on here. And it's the most easiest way to be of service to those people. So I think it really, actually, I'm going to stop what I'm saying, because I've realized what I was about to say was in some way going to be unkind, even though it was going to be a nice thing or a real thing. I realized that to a truly turmoiled soul, it'll still be taken in a negative way. Utromax says, did you notice some physically measurable benefits during 1 year of retention? Totally. I would just say, but instead of taking my word for it, right? Instead of taking my word for it, and I don't know that it's necessarily just the retention, but I've been editing, making shorts from like my old videos, right? Like I just posted one of my most recent short from like a year ago. And, I was like reviewing all my stuff, and don't take my word for it. Just go and look at my old streams. There's fucking so many streams. In the last like 2 years. Go all the way back to October 2023 when it was the first stream. Actually, go back even farther than that. Just look at all the streams in chronological order, right? And you can see a progression, right? And just go be judgmental a little bit. Go check me out, right? And realize I'm 40 years old right now, right? And I'm not asking, I'm not looking for an ego boost. I'm not also looking to get shamed or nothing. I don't even need to know what your opinion is. But go form your own opinion about this spiritual process and all the things that I've been talking about and how they affected me physically just by looking at me. Go check out my Instagram as well. Look at the photos and stuff. And just be your own judge. You know what I'm saying? Tell me if it, don't tell me nothing actually. But just decide for yourself if you think that it looks like it's been good for my health in any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you what, I'll give you this much. I feel much better. I'll just say that. Much, 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 much. Every day. For the last 2 years, I feel better every fucking day. Every day better than the last day. Continuously better. So go check out the Instagram. Check out my other streams. Look at my face. Check out my body. Not in a gay way. I don't know if you're a man or woman, but whatever the case may be. And form your own opinion. And I've talked about the whole process. If you decide it's not good, then disregard everything that I've ever said. But if you think it is good, if you think that it does seem like there's been a positive mental and physical health benefit to everything, then watch the streams in chronological order. You know what I'm saying? And see the whole listen to the whole progression. You know what I mean? Try to see past the beard and the hair and the eyebrow thing. A lot of people get distracted by that. It's hard for them to judge the underlying, right? But if you can see past all that part, and even if you can't get past the beard and all that, maybe count my gray hairs. Look into the past streams and photos and things, and go as detailed as to count the gray hairs, and then go forward and see if there's more or less. You know what I mean? Be your own judge. Everything I say is just words, right? It's just an opinion of my own self. And all I can say is that I do feel better. I feel much better. And it can be a mental thing too, because even if I see myself as better, it might not be true. It might just be a change of my own perception of my own mind, right? Because as within, so without. So if I'm, you know what I'm saying, feeling mentally happier, then I'll also feel physically better as well. Do I have an Brave says, I'm 47, my awakening saved me from addiction. Yeah, it's beautiful. It does so much good things, the awakenings. And the cool thing is, let me tell you guys about something about awakening. I've talked about this before, but like when it first happened to me, all I wanted to know was, can I do that again? Right? It was such a profound experience, you know. And I was like, can I do that again? Or is that just like a one-time thing? Like you just become enlightened and it's over. And I thought about that for about a month with intense gratitude. Every day I was just like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But can we do that again? And then something else happened. It wasn't the same. I can't say this definitely that it was more. I would say it was, the magnitude was greater because I was able to contain more within myself, right? But there was more. And then after that, you go, wow, I wonder if there's more after that. And there is more. And then there's more. And then there's more. And then there's more. So don't ever stop the progression until you can stay in that absolute state of eternal, just pure bliss, right? Once you can enter that state anytime, to me, that's what I think of when I think of mastery. Now, I don't know if that's what the masters are really doing. I think it is, to be honest. But there's always more. And each time, the more is so much more that no matter how much you've already experienced, you will always underestimate the next thing. You never really know, you never really fully grasp the exponential growth of it all. You know what I'm saying? Every time that you think like, okay, wow, that was so much beyond my imagination, that the next thing has to be like, and you try to imagine something more, something 10 times more. And then it blows your fucking mind when it happens, because it's way more than that. It's like 1,000 times more. It's beyond anything that your mind could have ever conceived every time. And that's the fucking cool thing about spiritual growth, having experiences with the divine. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, the email address. It's a good question. Remind me of that. I'll make one. I'm gonna make a public email address. Yeah, Brave says, I spent months trying to figure out what happened. I know the feeling. You're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? For me, I like wasn't interested in anything like that at all. Like I was just like, you know, started trying to figure it out. Like I thought maybe I was going crazy, and then it led me to yoga. It was like, okay, the yogis know all about this. Who knew? Fucking A. What's up, Antonio? How you doing? Tony. Long time no see. How are you? What's happening? Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, exactly. I didn't know either. I don't know if you watched all the old stream, Brave, but like, I was just bored in the car. I was chanting the Om. I was like, this feels nice. I didn't know that it was gonna like do that. No clue. Yeah, I mean, woke up like 10 years younger. I was like, damn. Well, I think that Brave says, my family definitely thought I was going crazy. And to be honest, you probably were going crazy in the beginning. Like, I was going crazy in the beginning. All I did was cry all day, going, thank you, thank you, thank you. For like a month. Just crying. Just like being like, wow, this is so weird. I can feel any emotion I want, like instantly. I can be just like, I'm just like sitting here like spinning the dial on my emotions. Like, wow, this is so intense. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So happy I'm not gonna die. It's intense. But yeah, I think in the beginning it is like, I don't think you can help but go crazy a little bit. I think you need to go crazy. It's part of it. I think some people go crazy though. I think some people actually do go crazy, to be honest. Like, I think that also too, like if you start taking medication or something afterwards, like it locks you into being crazy. And if you ever stop taking the medication, then you're just like Looney Tunes after that. I think you got to finish the process. Because like I was getting pretty out there for a minute. And then all of a sudden, like I hit the like, whatever happens in the frontal lobe. You know what I'm saying? I merged the masculine and the feminine, the Ida and the Pingala. And once that happened, it was just like illusion just came down and I was like stable. But I think there's still more, to be honest. I think that this next step, if indeed it exists, which I believe it does, I think this is like the one that you like, you know, it takes like the real, I don't know. I don't want to say nothing, actually. I don't really know. I think you might have to, like, it might take a little bit more dramatic of a, you know, I think you can raise the Kundalini and that'll just like purge out all your chakras. But I think to get to the crown chakra, like permanently, to like fully move your energy there, I think that it's, you know, it might take a little more sacrifice. Brave said, I owned a business and was into sports my whole life, drank 15 beers a day and took pills for years, like 18 years. Wife left me, sold the house I built, and now in a trailer on 40 acres for 5 years. True happiness is simplicity. For me, that is. Yeah, I totally get it. I totally get it. Like, I'm so ready for nature life. I just want to be self-sufficient. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Right now, I got my little buddy with me, so I gotta keep it, you know, semi-stable for this guy. But, you know. Brave says, I had some taken, then I let a lot go. Surrender or be rendered. Yeah, it's like that. Surrender is the key. And it surprises you. A lot of times it comes out like so much better than you ever imagined. Anyways, you guys. Aw, Brave. I love you too, bro. 2 dogs along with cats. I get it. I get it. I want all the critters. I've been wanting a horse lately, to be honest. Or like a bull. I think it'd be cool to get a bull. I think that'd be a vibe. All things in moderation. Even moderation, right? But yeah, I don't know. I might just wander for a while if I ever lose the dog. He's my link to the world. He just keeps me grounded. Anyways, you guys, I would love to chat. I was kind of thinking that, you know, I was hoping for some existential jargon of some sort today, but it didn't happen. But it still was a good chat. I'm glad I got to connect with you guys. I think YouTube doesn't really know what to do with me on a Tuesday. This is kind of like my slowest day. But I figured I'd test it out. I might come back on tomorrow. If you guys want to think of some questions, it'd be cool to like come in tomorrow and just go straight into the deep stuff. But anyways, I'm going to go meditate. I'm going to go for a walk. Do some nature things. We made it for an hour. We did it. Hopefully the algorithm benefits from this. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. All right, you guys. Much love, everybody. I'm very grateful for you all as well. And until next time.